going to do a lovely session, Yin and Yoga Nidra. And if you want, you can also do it with music. So I have a playlist ready. And if you want, get your device ready. So the playlist you can find in my Spotify. And it is called Yin and Yoga Nidra 21st of March. Let me just double check, just to be sure. Yes, Yin Yoga and Yoga Nidra 21st of March. So if you're practicing with music, you want to use my playlist, please go ahead and you can start it now. If you don't want to do it via Spotify, if you have any other music that you like, then of course you can also use that. Okay. Then we're going to get started. And let me just lower this a little bit so you can see me a bit better. This is what we want, yes. So in this session, we're going to set also an intention during the Yoga Nidra. And yeah, for me, Yin Yoga really makes you connect to yourself, to your body, to your heart. And yeah, in our daily lives, when we're just busy, where there's not so much time to really listen in. And I hope that now is an hour of Yin Yoga where we can really connect to ourselves. And then specifically, I want to focus on the area of the heart and that chest area, because for me, the heart is where our true self is really situated. And yeah, when you set your sankalpa, which I'll explain a bit more later during the Nidra session, then hopefully that can come really from the heart. So we're going to start lying over a bolster or lying over a blanket. You can roll up the blanket, you can fold it, and then in general, I always prefer to have the bolster or the rolled up blanket in line with the spine. So you can lie over it. And when you're lying over it, when you have your bolster like really close to the sacrum, the back bend can be fairly big. So notice for yourself if that is comfortable for you. If it's not comfortable, then you just bring the bolster further away, and then the back bend will be less deep. So see for yourself what you prefer. If you're using a rolled up blanket, you can also place it under the shoulder blades. So you have it in the opposite direction, basically under the shoulder blades. So start to make your way down over your prop, over your bolster, over the rolled up blanket, whatever you have, and start to really surrender. Relax onto the floor. And then you can choose what you want to do with your arms, with your legs. And with the legs, you can either have them straight out, extended. You're also welcome to bend into the knees and let the knees fall out to the side and bring the soles of the feet together. So then you have butterfly legs. As you take your butterfly legs, you can bring blocks under the knees, and that can feel nice. Just because then you support the knees, and then the groin is not like overstretched straight away. The hips are not overstretched straight away. The arms can be out in a T shape. They can be out in a cactus shape where there's a 90-degree angle in the elbows. And you can also have one hand on the heart, one hand on the belly, whatever feels nice for you. And then really start to surrender down to the floor. Maybe you can take a deep breath in through the nose and exhale it out through the mouth. Literally letting go of any engagement in the body, letting go of any tension. And maybe you want to do that just once, or maybe you want to do that a few times. You can take as many really deep breaths, deep exhalations as you need to feel that you're really settling down into your body and to feel that relaxation coming over you. So take a moment to completely surrender consciously. You can bring your awareness to the different body parts and really giving yourself permission to surrender down towards the floor over your prop. And then maybe you're still taking these really deep breaths, or maybe you've already stopped that. Maybe you already feel like you don't need that anymore. Then just start to find a nice rhythm of breathing. This is a yin practice, and when we breathe really deeply, we actually use quite a lot of muscle engagement. So that is not so yin-like. So instead of breathing too deep, just find a nice rhythm, a rhythm that is nourishing for your body, doesn't take too much effort. A rhythm that is equal in the length of the inhales and the exhales. And as you find a nice rhythm of breathing, really following the breaths as they come and go. Following the movements created by the breath in the body, feeling it. And noticing, where do you feel those breaths the most? In general, we tend to feel it more in the front of the torso. Let's see if you can also start to breathe towards your side ribs, towards the back of the rib cage. So really nice, full, deep breaths in and out. Nice rhythm of breathing that suits your body. And as you follow those breaths, maybe with every exhale, you can feel how you can sink more inside yourself, like sink away inside the tissues of yourself. So with every exhalation, you make yourself more heavy. With every exhale, it is almost like that gravity is like a blanket over you. that blanket of gravity pulling you down towards the earth, grounding you. Makes it almost feel like you're melting down into the floor. That pure relaxation. And then to even get more connected to the breath, we'll take what is called a square breath, where we inhale for 4 counts, we hold the breath, we exhale for 4 counts, and then we hold the breath again for 4 counts. So you can think of this square, you can see those lines, 4 lines, and the inhale would be from the left towards the right, drawing a line with your 4 counts, inhale breath. And then as you hold the breath, you can draw the line in your imagination down. And then as you exhale for 4 counts from the right to the left, you can draw that line. And then as you hold the breath, the line goes from down to up and you complete the square. It can be a nice visualization. You can also not use it if you don't like it. And I will guide you through this. We'll do a few rounds together and then you can do it on your own pace, in your own rhythm. And maybe you find that 4 breaths is too long. So maybe then you take 3 breaths, or sorry, 3 counts. Or maybe you feel like you maybe even want to take 5 counts. But let's start first with 4, see how it works. And if it doesn't feel nice, then please just come back to a regular breath and just breathe deeply and without counting or holding the breath. So taking a nice deep breath in together and an exhale breath together, emptying the lungs. And then you're going to inhale for 4, 2, 3, 4, holding the breath, 2, 3, 4, exhaling, 2, 3, 4, holding the breath, 2, 3, 4, inhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, inhaling, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, exhale, 2, 3, 4, and hold, 2, 3, 4. And now continue your own rhythm, maybe 4 counts, maybe 5, maybe 3, what suits your body. Inhale, hold, exhale, hold, and so on. Wherever you are in your cycle, finish this cycle and then take one more. And then you find your natural breath again, that nice rhythm that you found before. I have the feeling that you probably all finished your round by now. So finding that a steady, nice rhythm of breathing again that suits your body this moment and that you can keep throughout your practice. Let's set an intention just for this yin practice at this moment to stay with that breath. I keep that awareness inside the body and keeping the awareness inside the sensations that we feel, the sensations in the body, and we stay with the breath. And then when you're ready now, we're slowly going to wake up the body again. So maybe you want to just start by wiggling your fingers a little bit. And then if you have your legs in butterfly, because we've been here for quite some time, I suggest that you use your hands to bring your knees back together. And then you can extend the legs out for a moment. And then you're slowly gonna roll off your prop and press that prop to the side. So you're on your side, you press your bolster or towel or whatever you have under the back, you press it away, and then you come to lie back flat on the back again. Just take a moment to digest, to reset and feel. Just feeling the sensations along the spine and the chest, the heart space. Just digesting here. And staying with the breath. And after your next breath cycle, start to hug your knees into your chest. Maybe you want to rock a little bit from side to side. And just a few breaths here. Know if your lower back is sensitive from lying over the bolster. When you hold the knees and you draw circles, then you massage more the sacrum in the lower back. If you really hug the shins and you rock side to side, then it's more the whole spine that gets a massage. And then from here, you're slowly going to make your way into a seat, and you can choose that you can rock back and forth a few times from the base of the neck to the sacrum, or you can just roll to your side and press yourself up into a seat. I really like this massage of the spine as I'm rocking back and forth. And then you make your way, extend the legs out, and to come into a seat preparing for caterpillar pose. So it's important here that you have your legs completely relaxed. Yeah, you can, if you want, take a little bit of the flesh away from the sitting bones, so that makes you sit already a bit more towards the front of the sitting bones. Legs are completely comfortable and relaxed. The legs can be slightly separated, and you can just start to fold forward for caterpillar. So this would be a stretch for the whole back side of the body. You should feel this along the back of the legs and maybe the lower back, maybe along the whole spine. Now notice If it is too intense for the legs, you can bend into the knees and place something under the knees. You can also rest your head on a bolster if you don't come too deep into the posture. I guess many of you won't have a bolster at home. You can also use some blocks or books. If you're coming deeper into the posture, you still feel like you don't want to let your head hang. You can also just have the head on a block like that, like how I'm doing now. So choosing whatever variation works for you. If you find it hard, if you notice that the pelvis can't really tilt forward, it's hard to sit on the front of the sitting bones, you can also bring like a little blanket or something under the buttocks, and then you create that tilt of the pelvis by just sitting on the edge of it. So really start to surrender into the posture. Start to relax the tissues of the body. Again here, let that blanket of gravity wrap over you. And again, with every exhale, let the body become more heavy, more relaxed. You're really surrendering into your own tissues. Sometimes when we hold poses longer, you feel like the tissues of the body, they start to give way a little bit. You get a little bit more space. Sometimes that's not something that we see from the outside. Sometimes that's just something that happens inside your body. Just be aware of the little sensations. Trying to really find that stillness within the pose. And staying with the breath. Making this practice like a meditation. Quieting the mind. Letting the breath be the guide in the meditation. We'll stay here for a little bit longer. Maybe with your next in-breath, you can create a little bit more length along the spine, and maybe you can sink a little bit more deeper into yourself, into the pose. The idea is not that we need to aim for a certain outcome, that we're just okay where we are, but we can still use the breath to find some deepening within the poses. Taking another deep breath in and out. And after that breath cycle, slowly walking your hands back in. So you really help with your hands to bring your torso back up straight. You can just bring your hands behind your back and just breathe here for a moment. Just feel. The target area was the back of the legs and the area along the spine, the lower back. Just feeling the sensation there as you come out of the posture. And if you were folding forward a lot and you feel like you need to open the chest a little bit, you can bring your hands a little bit closer and press into the hands. And just press the chest up, opening in that area. And slowly coming back to neutral. And then bringing yourself into a tabletop position. And in your tabletop, we're just going to take a few rounds of cat-cow or any other movement for that matter that feels nice for you. So as you inhale, if you're taking a regular cat-cow, you arch your back or you hollow your back, tailbone up, chest open and forward. And on the exhale, rounding in the spine. Then you move on your own breath, your own pace. Every time you inhale, you can open that chest forward, tailbone up, belly down, and on the exhale, rounding. You know, take a moment to just feel your body. Maybe there's other movements that you'd like to take. Maybe you want to take more circular movements. It can be circular movements with the hips, for example. Or you can take circular movements with the rib cage, sort of rolling movement. And maybe you're coming more to a sort of a child's pose, or maybe you want to take more of a side stretch where you bend sidewise. So you bring the hip and the shoulder on one side together. And then you can do that on the other side as well. Nice deep breath in and out. And then slowly on your next in-breath, move in your own time, your own pace, coming back to a neutral spine. And then you're slowly gonna lower yourself down and come to lie on your belly for our first heart opening posture, or actually second. We already did it as we were lying over the bolster. Now we're going to take Sphinx pose here, and we'll do 2 rounds. So maybe first you want to do Sphinx, and then in the second round you might want to go deeper into your seal. So for your Sphinx pose, you have your elbow under the shoulder. And there is a back bend here, extension of the spine. If you notice that that doesn't feel nice for your back, if it's too deep, just walk the elbows a bit more forward. And you notice then there's a less deep of a back bend. And you can even stack your hands and bring your forehead onto your hands, and maybe that is enough for you. If you are here in your Sphinx and you're feeling that you need a bit more, you can also bring blocks under the arms. You're also welcome to bend into the knees and lift up the feet, and that will increase the compression in the lower back, so the sensations in the lower back, the target area of this pose. If it feels too intense for the shoulders, for the arms, also remember that you can bring blocks or a blanket and blocks or a bolster under the arms. You can relax like this on with the chest on the bolster. Finding your variation and then finding stillness. Yeah, the target area, the joints that we work on here is the lower back, but the aim here is to connect more to the heart center. So if you can close your eyes, you can draw your full awareness towards that heart center. You can follow the breaths as they come and go, and almost imagine visualizing breathing through the heart. We have these 3 principles in Yin Yoga. The first one is to always be mindful of your body. So finding that sweet spot, never going past your edge. Yeah, so really notice that. listen into the body and notice if it's going too deep for you. If you need to back off a little bit, then please do so. The second principle is to hold still. Find that stillness within the pose. And that way we get to work more on the deeper layers in the body. The third principle is time. We're going to be here for just a little bit more, about a minute and a half. Stay with the breath. Stay with the awareness in the space where the heart lies. Connecting to yourself, to your breath. Take another deep breath cycle here. And after that breath cycle, you're slowly going to let your chest come down all the way to the floor. And if it feels okay, you can stack your hands and bring your forehead onto your hands. You can also be on one cheek if that feels better. And then start to send the breath to the area of the lower back. You're lying on your belly here, so when you breathe towards that lower belly, you'll notice that that pressure of the breath will go in to the lumbar spine. You can release a bit of that sensation of compression after that back bend. And then we'll take flapping fish here for another minute or so. So starting on the left side, you can bring your left knee, slide it up on the floor, slide it up towards your shoulder, and then bring that left elbow closer to that knee. You can be on your right cheek, resting the head, just on the hands, on the arm, just breathing here. And many people like to sleep like this. It's a very comfortable position in general. And here we're rounding in the lower back. So you're bringing flexion into that lumbar spine. As before, we had that extension, that hollowing in the back. Make sure to stay with the breath. You're keeping the awareness inside the body so that you really feel the sensations in the body. Feeling that rebound as you come out of your pose and you take that counter posture. And now slowly, you're going to bring yourself back to the middle of the mat, lowering the knee down again. And here now you can choose. So maybe you want to take the same posture again. So maybe you come into the same variation of your seal. The second round we will hold shorter. So maybe you want to deepen now and bring, for example, arms on blocks to deepen the back bend. Maybe you want to lift up the feet. Or maybe you want to come into your seal posture. In seal, You can start with the hands more towards the corners of the mat, and then starting to straighten the arms. As you're straightening the arms, make sure that the shoulders are away from the ears so that you don't create any tension there. Also feeling for a moment, can the legs and the buttocks be relaxed? Are you not over engaging? Here you could let your head hang. If you prefer, you can also keep it up. If it doesn't feel nice on the neck, maybe come down to the forearms, and then you can rest your head on a block as well if it is too much for the neck. If you are in your seal and you feel like you want a little bit more deepening here, you're always welcome to walk the hands in more. So we want to find sensation in the body, but it never should be sensational. So never too deep, never any pain. Really listen in, see how your body is doing, and also be aware that the body can be different each and every single day. Again, here you can close your eyes and really bring that awareness to that heart space again. As if you're breathing out of the heart, in and out of the heart. We'll stay just a little bit longer. Stay with the breath. And then slowly on your next exhalation, you're slowly going to lower the heart back down to the floor. Stacking the hands again, placing the forehead on the hands, and just relax here for a moment. Feel that reset, that rebound. The sensations maybe along the chest, the sensations in the lower back. Breathing towards the lower back. Send the energy of the breath there. And then you're going to take flapping fish on the other side. So this time you slide the right knee up along the mat, and you slide the right elbow closer to that knee. You can come onto your left cheek or temple, lay on the hands or on the arm, and just relax here for a moment. Again, feeling the sensations along the spine, the lower back. Taking one more deep breath in and out. And then slowly making your way to come back to the middle. And then we're going to take a shoulder roll, which is also a very nice pose to open in that chest area. It gives us a beautiful posture, but it's also really opening for the lung and the heart space. So if you've never done the pose before, maybe you want to take a look as I cue you into it. If you've done it before, then you can do it straight away with me. We're going to bring ourselves first to the right side of the mat so that you keep some space towards the left, and we extend the left arm out to the side, 90-degree angle. If that 90-degree angle, as you start to roll over the shoulder, feels too intense, just bring the hand closer to the body. It really helps to make it less intense on the shoulder. So I'm looking towards the right, and I'm going to press into my right hand as I roll over my left shoulder. I relax my head down, my neck is relaxed. I can keep my legs together like how I have now, or I can bring the top leg up and step it behind the lower leg. The knee is bent, the foot is on the floor, the knee is up. Then you can keep that right arm in front of you, in front of your face, in front of your chest, or maybe you want to bring it behind your back, internally rotating the arm and then literally wrapping it around the back. It can be deep sensation here for the shoulders. Specifically, of course, that right shoulder, of that left shoulder now. So slowly, slowly make your way into the pose and find that stillness here again. So rolling over that left shoulder. And remember, if it feels too intense, bring the arm closer into the body. Also, I normally have my hand palm down to the floor, but you can try and see if it works better to have it up. Am I saying this correctly? Let me just see. Yes, I normally have my hand palm down. So feel how that feels. Maybe you prefer to have the hand palm up, and that maybe gives you a better sensation. Yes, so please do what feels good for your body. Shoulder joint is a much smaller joint than, for example, the hips or the lumbar, so we don't hold this pose too long. Just stay here for a few more breaths. Taking one more deep breath cycle. And after that breath cycle, slowly roll yourself back onto your belly. And then once you come back onto your belly, look into the opposite direction to release your neck. You can bring both arms next to the body. So the hands are next to your thighs, more or less. And you really let the shoulders become heavy. Yeah, so the arms are not out to the side, but really next to the body. And you let the shoulders be heavy down towards the floor. Start to breathe into the area in between the shoulder blades. And just a few breaths to reset before we do the other side. Feeling the sensations, the difference between one shoulder and the other. we're slowly going to prepare for the other side. So now you're going to bring yourself all the way to the left side of your mat, extending the right arm out. And then you're slowly, slowly going to roll yourself over that right shoulder. And remember, you can keep the legs together, keep them straight. Yes, sometimes, the shoulders are different, and maybe on one side you can come deeper than the other side. So listen to your body. If it feels okay, you can bring that top leg and step it behind the lower leg. And also the arm in front of the face, you can just relax it there, or maybe you bring it behind your back. Relaxing the neck, the head down, closing your eyes. Just surrendering into the pose. Be okay with whatever sensations might come, you might feel, as long as there's no pain. Yin poses can sometimes be a bit uncomfortable, but it's the stress that we place on the tissues that make them so much stronger after the practice. Staying with the breath and being mindful if you notice that the mind wanders. Don't get frustrated, it happens. It's just a human thing. If you notice it, the mind wanders, and just bring that awareness completely back to the body and the breath again. Let's take one more breath cycle here. And then one more in-breath. And then on the exhale breath, you slowly roll back onto your belly. And then remember, as you come back onto your belly, look into the opposite direction straight away. You can have the arms next to the body. And just surrender here for a moment. Let the shoulders be heavy down towards the floor. Sending the breath to the area in between the shoulder blades. Deep breaths in and out. And then when you are ready, slowly, slowly, you're going to bring yourself back up into a tabletop position. Now, if your knees are sensitive here, you could double your mat under the knees, or you can bring a blanket under the knees. There might be a bit of pressure on the knees as we're coming into heart melting pose. We'll first flow up and down a few times. So you're just going to walk your hands forward, the knees a little bit more towards the back. So you create a bit of a wider tabletop stance. And then as we inhale, press the back of the heart up towards the sky. And then on the exhale, lowering the heart down towards the floor. On the inhale breath again, pressing into the hands, lifting the heart up. On the exhale breath, just lower that heart back down to the floor. Notice how my hips stay above the knees. Inhale, press into the hands. The back of the heart comes up towards the sky. On your exhale breath, you melt the heart down towards the floor. Let's do one more, pressing into the hands, lifting up the back of the heart. And now on the exhale breath, surrender into heart melting pose. And as you come all the way down, you can be on the forehead can be on the floor, or the chin can be on the floor. But the chin on the floor is much more intense. As you're coming down and you notice that it's too intense for the arms, you're welcome to bring a bolster or a rolled up blanket under the chest. That can help you here. You can also bring one arm in and bend it elbow 90-degree angle. You can rest your forehead onto that forearm. So you take half heart melting. The idea is to keep the hips nicely above the knees and sink the heart towards the floor. But if you notice that the arms start to tingle, if that sensation becomes like really intense, you don't want to keep that there, hold it in that pose. So then bring the arms wider, or maybe just bring the buttocks closer towards the heels. Any tingling sensation means that there's a nerve trapped somewhere behind the clavicle. You don't want to stay when you feel that. So listen to your body. Just bring the hips a little bit more towards the back. If the tingling is there, if it doesn't go away, by widening the arms, spreading them further wide. Just breathe here. Stay with the breath. And now also again, bring that awareness to that heart space. Really feeling that area. Really opening up here. The chest, the heart space. Only going to take a few more breaths. If you want, with every out breath, you can try to sort of deepen even more into it by sinking the heart even closer towards the floor. Maybe that is not something that you see on the outside. Maybe it's just something that you feel inside the tissues of the body. One more deep breath cycle here. And after that breath cycle, you're slowly going to use the power in the hands to walk yourself back up into a tabletop position. And come out of the poses slow, mindful, and then just bring the knees together and we'll take embryo pose. So you're going to bring the buttocks down towards the heels and you can relax your forehead on the floor or on a block or bolster. And the arms come alongside the legs. And the hands come towards the feet. And just relax here in that embryo pose. Now feeling the sensations maybe along the spine, heart area also. Noticing how it feels to be in this counter posture. Before we were arching the back, hollowing, and now you have this rounding, deep rounding of the spine. Deep breaths in and out. And then when you are ready, you can slowly come back into that tabletop position. And from your tabletop, come lie onto your back. We're not starting the Yoga Nidra session just yet. We're just gonna take one more twist to neutralize the spine before we relax down for Yoga Nidra. So as you come to lie on your back, you can just hug your shins for a moment. You can also hold on to your knees and just make some circular movements. And then we're going to take a twist where we'll start with the knees towards the right side, working on the left side of the body. And then as we bring the knees towards the right, you can either choose to keep them together and just let them fall towards the right side, trying to keep both shoulders on the floor. If you notice that one shoulder comes off the floor, then you can bring a block or bolster, books, whatever you have under your knees. You can also choose to take a bit of a deeper variation in the twist where you wrap your legs. Then you would have your left leg wrapped around the right leg. And then you drop the legs towards the right side. You can keep your arms close to the body. You can bring them out into a T. You can have them into a cactus shape. You can look the opposite direction of the knees to really bring the twist also into that cervical spine. So just do what feels good for your body. Breathe here. Specifically breathing down towards the lower belly. That stimulates even more that massage that we're giving to the internal organs here. So surrender into the pose. Stay with those nice deep breaths in and out. And then slowly, slowly, on your next breath in, you're slowly going to make your way to come back to the middle. The knees come back up If you have the legs wrapped, unwrap them. And then just bring the feet a little bit wider and let the knees fall into each other. As the knees fall into each other, you take this tippy tent position. They can really relax, so you don't have to hold your legs up. Just breathe here for a moment, just to reset. And then when you are ready, you can slowly start to make your way, to make that twist into the opposite direction. So taking the same variation. If you had your legs wrapped, then now this time the right leg wraps over the left leg as you then bring the knees towards the left. Remember, you can always have a block under the knees if necessary, and try to keep both shoulders on the floor. You can look into the opposite direction of the knees to bring that twist into the cervical spine. Deep breaths towards the lower belly. Deep relaxation within the pose. Surrender. Taking one more deep breath in and out here. And after that breath cycle, you can slowly make your way back to the middle. Maybe you just want to hug your knees into your chest for another few breaths. Maybe you want to take a happy baby before we are going to come into our position for the Yoga Nidra. So just a few more breaths here. And then you can start to make your way into a comfortable position. Maybe you choose to move to a bed or a sofa. You can be anywhere where you feel comfortable. Just turning on some lights here in case it becomes a bit darker later on. Let me do it like this. So. Okay. So if you want, if you prefer, you can also turn off your camera and just have Your photo will appear. I know you're still there, but maybe you don't want to have the camera on you. That's fine. But start to settle in. Start to settle in for the Yoga Nidra. I will be lying down for about 45 to 15 minutes. So maybe if there's anything that you still need, grab it for yourself. You really want to make sure that you are comfortable, just like in Shavasana. You want the legs to be slightly apart, the feet falling out to the side, the arms a little away from the body, the palms facing up towards the ceiling. That way we open in the shoulders. Because we stay in this position for quite a long time, it's important that you are comfortable, that you are as comfortable as you can be. So maybe you even need to put an extra layer, like a towel or a pillow under your head, or you want maybe a rolled up mat or blanket or a bolster, anything under the knees, something over you, maybe also blanket covering you. During the Yoga Nidra, it's the best that you find that stillness, so that both your body and your brain have a chance to fully relax. But of course, if you feel uncomfortable at some point within your position, then you're free to change it, of course. Now allow your eyes to close and keep them closed until the practice is ended. If you want, you can place something over the eyes if you prefer. Yoga Nidra, also called yogic sleep, it's a really powerful meditation technique and one of the easiest yoga practices actually to develop and maintain. It's not sleeping, it's not concentration, but it's opening the inner chambers of the mind. In Yoga Nidra, you step down into the internal dimensions of your consciousness. And even if you do not understand anything in this Yoga Nidra, it doesn't matter. You just try to remain awake by listening to the sound of my voice. But also, if you do fall asleep, it doesn't really matter. Unconsciously, you will still get the benefits of the meditation. The sound of my voice acts as a rope. Just as you take a rope and go in and out of the depths of a cave, with the help of sound, you will venture in and out of the mind. You will be asked to move your awareness to various bodily sensations, emotions, and images. Try not to concentrate too intensely, as this may prevent you from relaxing. We will also explore bringing awareness to the space around us. This space that is filled with potential energy. When we separate ourselves from our mind, our consciousness and body, we come into this state of nothingness. And when we are in this state of nothingness, we can be completely open to and also to create a new future. Instead of living in the memories of the past, trust that you can manifest anything that you would like in your life. And to move into a new state of being. Trust that your heartfelt desire already exists in the field, in the space around us. During this meditation, please use and observe what you need in this moment and leave the rest behind. And if the mind becomes overactive with thoughts and worries, just come back to the sound of my voice. Yoga Nidra is a practice in total conscious relaxation. This state is reached by separating the external awareness of the physical body through various stages. It results in a state where you are asleep with a trace of awareness, thus relaxing both the body and the mind deeply. It's a simple way to reduce stress, stimulates your intuition, enhances your creativity, and helps you to get more focused. They say that a Yoga Nidra session is similar to 3 or 4 hours of sleep. Yoga Nidra offers a space to explore what you need in the moment, as well as an opportunity to work on releasing long-held emotions. By setting an intention, a positive affirmation, and we call this a sankalpa, we can plant a seed of our deepest heart wish into our subconscious. Affirmations can be very strong. It's a way to manifest and bring into our lives what we want and need. If you have a specific wish for yourself, this session could be the right moment to start to plant that seed and trusting that you can bring this heart wish into your life. Furthermore, Yoga Nidra can bring a profound sense of joy and well-being. Taking this one step further, Yoga Nidra is also a way to connect with your deeper spiritual self. It restores the body's senses and mind to their natural function. Now notice if you can be 5 to 10% more comfortable in whatever position you have chosen. Adjust if you need to. Now let your body sink into your mat. Come into stillness and remain still for deep rest, deep nourishment. Feel your natural breath, breath flowing through you. Arrive completely in this moment, in your body. Allow your bones to become even more heavy. Feel your bones heavy and sinking into the earth. Release bones heavy and sinking. Start to deepen your breathing and slowing down the breath at the same time. Yoga Nidra is about welcoming all feelings, all experiences, welcoming life as it is. Taking nice, deep breaths now. Let your body sink into the floor. Get very comfortable. Let your body settle deeper into the ground. Trust that at this time, everything is okay. Nowhere to go, nothing to do. Just to be here and to feel your body, to be present. Don't worry if you don't hear everything that I say. You can flow in and out of conscious hearing. Your deepest self is always listening and will pick up my words. There is no way of doing this wrong. Simply listen without trying too hard. You are in a safe environment here. Be yourself. Surrender and relax. Now try to remain still. Really relaxing the whole body. Now open your senses. Taste inside the mouth. Hearing. Listening with ears and whole body. Smell. Welcoming the touch of air and aroma inside the nostrils. Vision. Relaxing the eyes from the world of looking and seeing. Internal vision opening. Now feel the skin. The touch of air temperature. The touch of clothes on your skin and the touch of the ground. Now go deep inside yourself to notice your heart deepest longings. What does your heart desire? Your biggest heart wish. It is time to set your sankalpa, your intention or deep resolve for this practice. A positive affirmation based on your heart longings in the present tense, like it is already happening. Examples are: I am healthy, peaceful, and filled with joy. Or I follow my intuition. Or I have a relationship that makes me happy. Or I am proud of who I am. So ask yourself, in your life right now, what is your deepest, most heartfelt desire? Think of this as a little seed that you are planting in your subconscious mind, using the power of positive affirmations to make a change in your life where you want it. Your sankalpa is like a blessing that you can sprinkle over your path of life. As you contemplate your sankalpa, see and feel your life with the fulfillment of this desire. What would your life look, sound, smell, taste, and feel like if this deepest desire were a reality? Now state your sankalpa 3 times in your own words from your heart in the present tense like a mantra. Coming back to your breath now. No need to control or manipulate it. The breath breathing you. And as you relax into the simplicity of being breathed, notice how your body feels like a body of water. Feel how within your body there is a rhythm, a tide, waves of respiration, ebbing and flowing, relaxing into being breathed. Now allow your bones to become heavy, feeling them heavy and sinking down towards the earth. Now allow your awareness to travel through your body on a journey of sensations. Simply bringing the awareness and feeling each body part as it is mentioned, without moving, remaining still, welcoming all sensations just as it is. Now bring your awareness to the hollow space of your throat, the tongue, jaws, sensation in the gums, teeth, lips. Feel your cheeks, chin, ears. Feel your nose, eyeballs, both eyelids full of sensation and awareness. Forehead, top of the head, back of the skull, back of the neck. Now feel both shoulders from the inside, both upper arms, both elbows, forearms, wrists, both hands. Feel your fingers. Now feel the chest and the upper back. Feel the rib cage and the middle back. Feel the belly and the lower back. Pelvis and the buttocks. Both hips. Sensation in the thighs. Knees. Lower legs. Ankles. Both feet. Feel your toes. Feel now the back body resting on the earth. Feel now the front body. Now feeling the whole body at once. as if you are flooding the body with awareness, pouring awareness like liquid sunlight into the whole body, feeling everything, all sensations, relaxing, letting any tension be dissolved by this liquid sunlight. Each individual sensation melting into a mass of sensation. Awareness of the whole body at once. Now let awareness sink even deeper. Feel the skin. And go beneath the skin, feeling the insulating tissues, the warm substances, and deeper still, feeling muscles, letting muscles give up their command of the body, committing them to rest. And deeper still, feeling bones and the layers inside the bones, as though the bones themselves could sigh a little. Feeling the bones carried on the currents of the breath. And deeper still, feeling the soft organs and the content of your skeleton. And the heart beats slowing down. All the organs committed to rest. And feel the fluids and the waterways in the body. And all the cells humming, pulsing, and glowing, just like the stars against the night sky. Can you go deeper still and feel the energy behind or underneath these sensations? I will now ask you to bring your awareness to the space inside and outside of your body, bringing your awareness to the volume of space of your body in space, bringing your awareness into the space we have around us. Now, can you become aware of the space between your ears, in space? And can you sense the space beyond your ears, in space? Can you become aware of the volume of space behind your forehead in space. And can you sense the space around your skull in space? Now can you move your attention into the center of your throat in space? And can you become aware of the energy of space around the throat, beyond your neck, in space? Can you rest your awareness in the space behind your breastbone in space? And can you feel the volume of space in front of your chest in space? Now, can you become aware of the space between your shoulders in space? And can you feel the volume of space around your shoulders in space? Can you become aware of the volume of space between your legs in space? And now, can you sense the space between your body and the room you're in space? And finally, can you become aware that you are aware in space? Set your attention free to a feeling of just being. Nothing you need to do, nothing you need to know or get or want. Having let go of any identity of time and space, notice what remains. Now please remind yourself of your sankalpa, your most deepest heart wish. Repeat it again 3 times in your mind. Now bring your awareness back to your breath again, your natural breath. Feel your natural breath as it flows through you, in and out. Feel your breath. Notice your body breathing, your body being breathed. Nothing you have to do. Exhale like a wave passing downward, clearing any tension. Inhale, a fresh wave of air flows upwards through you, bringing a sense of calm to every cell. Exhale, a wave flowing down, carrying away any judgment, fear, negative self-talk. Inhale, a fresh wave bringing calmness and relaxation. Exhale, releasing. Feeling your body breathing, not thinking about it. Just feeling the sensations of the breath. Feel the sensation of each inhalation and exhalation as it comes and goes. Notice the expanding of the belly, the midsection of the torso, and the chest as you inhale. As you exhale, feel the belly, midsection, and chest descend back down again. Feeling yourself settling and relaxing more and more. Letting go more with each breath. If your mind wanders, just gently, without judgment, bring it back to the breath. Focus on the inhaling and the exhaling. Notice the sensation of expanding and releasing within the body. Welcome and nourish the feeling of your inner resource of well-being and peace. Notice the breath coming in and going out. Every cell is welcoming this feeling of well-being and peace. Sensations of expanding and releasing. Feeling at ease, peaceful, grounded. Feeling supported by Mother Earth. Now begin to count back on each exhalation until you reach 1. Counting from 10. Long, deep breaths. I will pick up the Yoga Nidra after finishing 10 breaths in my own pace. If you arrive at 1 sooner, you can start again from 10 to 1. Rest awareness at your heart space, and each time you exhale, count back, as though you could shed a layer or drop down a layer with each out-breath, releasing even more into this relaxation. Now start to count your breaths in your mind. Now bring your awareness behind your eyes. With the eyes closed, focus on what you can see behind your eyelids. Imagine you are watching a big screen in front of you through your eyelids. Now you start to see a beautiful white sandy beach with a stunning turquoise sea. The waves gently coming and going along the shore. The waves just like your breaths flowing in and out of your body. Then you see a hammock hanging on poles that stand in the sea. You walk into the sea and lay yourself down in the hammock. The middle part of your body submerged in the sea as you lie in this hammock. You surrender down into the hammock and enjoy the feeling of the waves gently flowing over you. The waves that come and go, just like your breath. And now, with each wave that flows over you, you let any tension left in your body wash away. With each wave that flows over you, you let go and wash away anything that you don't need in your life anymore. You are clearing yourself out for a new future. You are clearing yourself out from old patterns. You are clearing yourself out so that there is space for new things in your life, new manifestations, this biggest heart wish. Everything will be fine and is good the way it is. Now let yourself back into the heart space. Emptying the mind completely of any images, thoughts, feelings, stories. Emptying completely into the heart space. Start to breathe from your heart center. Feeling fully present and fully aware. Maybe you feel a tingling sensation, a warm feeling radiating from your heart center as you breathe in and out of your heart. Feel this heart light, this liquid sunlight radiating from the heart center. Feel that warm sensation spreading from your heart space, spreading throughout the whole body. Now, if it feels okay for you to move your arms, your hands, then please place your hands on your heart. Breathe here and feel the loving energy radiating from your heart. This liquid sunlight filling up the body from the inside out. Feeling that love that you're breathing in and out like a warm blanket around your body. Feeling that loving energy that you're breathing in and out and expanding it to the world around you. Now, once more, it is time to remember your sankalpa, your biggest heart wish. Let it come back into your mind's eye one more time, planting this seed in your deep subconscious. Repeat it again 3 times in your mind. Now come back to the feeling of your breath flowing in and out of your nostrils. Maintain your awareness of breath and at the same time develop your awareness of your physical body. Your body is relaxed and lying on the floor. Notice your back body facing the earth. Feeling all the places where you touch the ground. Notice the front body facing skyward. Notice all of the space surrounding you. Let your body expand wider into the space that surrounds you. Notice your breath. Feel its rhythm and pace. We are now completing the Yoga Nidra practice. Before moving, sense your fingers and just imagine them moving. And then now begin to wiggle your fingers, feeling every sensation as you do. Notice your toes. Begin to wiggle your toes. And gently start to rock your head side to side, a slow awakening. Keep your eyes closed and draw a deeper breath into your belly and into your chest. And then rocking slowly over to your favorite side into a fetal position. Taking another breath here. And then with the eyes closed still, find your way to come up into a seated posture. And once you are in your seat, your seated posture, bring your hands in front of your heart in Anjali Mudra. And then we bow the head towards the heart, humbling the mind and the brain to the heart, which is a reminder to always listen in to the heart, to the gut feeling, to our intuition. And then now this Yoga Nidra session has come to an end. You can blink your eyes open and lift up your head. Namaste. Mhm.